I should open Audacity and do all that stuff. And
Yeah, if we can wrap up around 6:30, I have to jump onto a webinar at 7:00. I'm like,
webinar
this night is not ending.
for what?
A meeting for work.
Mm.
So super. Some of our students are being shitheads. Shocker.
Oh, and that whole like selling things for a project website.
That too. Oh yeah.
Did that get
like
resolved?
I forgot you were over on Sunday. Yeah. Well, that. Yeah. So Monday and Tuesday were literally wrapped up in like trademark and copyright infringement issues, and dealing with faculty on that. Who they're like, yeah, but
if it's a class, you shouldn't be in. You still shouldn't be. You should definitely be teaching them about. Use this as a teachable moment and teach your students about copyright and trademark and intellectual property.
Yeah,
because that's not okay. Like
it really
you shouldn't be encouraging that.
And it's really lame to make your own institution, aka their own institution, come down on them. Like that's not cool because. They think, oh, it's just Concordia. I'm like, yeah, it's a full business. Like you pay $40,000 to come here.
Also, like that's a real website. Like it's not like I could understand if it was like a mock-up or like something, but like that's a real thing. Like it still blows my mind that people don't grasp the concept of like the internet it's permanent, it's up there, it's real. It's not like your little play box.
Yeah.
Like I don't get that.
No, we had just last week. I had a meeting with a department that created a video, had a student created it, and it was really well done for the most part. Yeah, the song that played through the whole thing is a very popular Christian song. And I said, do you have rights to the song? And they looked at it and they said, what?
Yeah, nobody understands.
I said, you have to have rights to the song. You cannot just
that,
and they're like,
not only will that get pulled immediately, but then you can also get into like remuneration.
Oh, absolutely. And my favorite was the response was, well, he had it on his computer.
And like,
I go,
it still doesn't mean that you can use it for other purposes. Like,
right.
I don't know that people don't get
how that works. I understand that he had it on iTunes, but you have to get permission. Yeah. I'm like, good grief, people, really? It's 2016. So yeah.
Also, like, I don't know, that's weird.
Just good times.
Oh, come on. The computer's being dumb. I'm getting a spinny spin. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I not supposed to touch your
this is a Windows 10. My whole start menu just kind of crashed, I guess.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
No, there we go. It's going. It just I don't know what's going on. My computer's getting a little long in the tooth. I need to like do some major upgrades.
Yeah, I was gonna say if only you knew like stuff about computers. Really, have you tried turning it off and on again?
That works all the time. I did that today.
Like, so what did you prefer, the trial that you were on or being back at work?
Oh my gosh. Definitely. I mean, like, I don't know. There was pros and cons to both. If I could be a professional juror, that wouldn't be too bad because the hours like are great. But the schedule is so sporadic. I feel like I don't know how you would take vacations or anything. If I could know when I was going to be in and out of court, but like it's like on a dime, and like because one day, like seriously, it'd be like there was maybe out of the like 12 days or 14 days I was there was only like 2 days there was only 2 days where I was there all day.
Okay,
and that's still only from like 9:30 to 4.
Jeez.
But most of the days,
become a judge.
Most of the days I either got out super early or didn't come in until super late. And sometimes we were only there for an hour. Like one time we were only in the courtroom for like 30 minutes because they only had one witness available to do testimony. And then again, hour and a half lunch every day, regardless. Hour and a half lunch.
Jeez, that's awesome.
Like, it's almost like too much time because it's enough time to do like to start thinking, oh, I can drive home.
Right.
And, like, or like I can take a nap I can like sleep in my car for like an hour, but then that's where you get real lazy. Or like,
yeah, totally.
because like I would, and then
Are you allowed
or
to have lunch with the other jurors or no?
yeah, with the other jurors, just you can't interact with anybody
Legal
else,
counsel, yeah.
anybody else, not even
Okay.
witnesses or
Yeah.
courtroom audience people, no one.
Boo.
Because if you're seen talking to them, it could be considered like, oh, they're talking about the
The
case.
case, yeah.
Like even because it can be construed that way. And
how was your conference?
it was really good. It was very empowering and made me feel good about my job and about what I'm doing. And because a lot of it was focused on, there was like the keynote speakers and stuff, and like I went to some some seminars just about like things like the gender gap in computer science. I think I talked to you about this.
Yeah.
I've been talking to you about it with a lot of people.
Yeah, with everyone.
But yeah, the gender gap in computer science and the gender gap in tech, and how it's the only industry where that's getting worse and not better, which is completely insane in 2016. And about things like micro messaging to young girls, basically from a young age, telling them that they shouldn't be scientists or that math is hard and how that happens and why it needs to change and things like that. And also like, and then for minorities, it's even worse. So so, and then like so it made me feel better. Like, oh, what I'm doing is very important, and I'm helping solve a lot of these problems and affect the future of like the very future of our society.
Yeah. You know? Well, and it's so funny. I've been around
you
you enough to know like you talk to everyone equally. So I know like when you're around all those kids, it's the same message. Like you're super consistent. So that's great because who knows who you'll inspire, you know, just from them
sometimes
watching
with the kids, I think some of the kids see me as a surly guy because they're so loud. They're so and I'm like, because I'm in the classroom and I'm like the one telling him like, please be like the Jericho quiet thing. It's not that far an exaggeration. Quiet. That's basically me in the computer lab when I'm working at the elementary school. Because they're so loud. They're so loud.
They don't know.
They're just loud. I thought like, and I'm like voice level 0 does not mean what you're doing right now, and because we got them trained with like the voice level thing, but then like they're like 7, 8, 9-year-old kids, so
yeah, it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, but I mean like it's cool.
You have to try the Ross technique, like you're here and I need you here.
I'm still waiting to see a kid with like a wrestling shirt. I thought wrestling was big with the kids, but I guess not because I have yet to see. I see video games. I see all kinds of different movie Marvel characters, but not even a John Cena shirt. Because that's gonna be the kid. That's gonna be like like we're like
okay, I have a really funny story about that, but we should record it because it's funny.
Okay.
Our group will like
we should
it.
Get going. We're running.
Oh, maybe I already told it. The John Cena, John 3:16 story.
No, I don't think so.
I told you. No?
Did you? No.
I don't know.
I don't think you did. Did I tell another? Oh, I got another story. Oh, I got a story too about John Cena that I forgot to tell on the podcast.
Yes. Can't wait. We're just gonna start with like story time.
All right, let's get going here.
All right.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3. Hello and welcome to another episode of MBWS. I'm Brendan Creecy.
And I'm Veronica Steele.
And it's story time. We were actually about to tell each other some John Cena stories, and then we were like, oh, we should be recording now. So that might be a good idea since this is a podcast and it involves recording things.
But it's nice because we'll just talk forever without recording it. So.
Yeah, well, that's Phil and I are like the worst at that. Like yesterday, it was yesterday or Tuesday. I don't even know what day it is, man. Tuesday. Phil came over to record. He got here at 8:30. We didn't start recording till 10 because we were just talking and we were like, okay, come on, this is terrible.
It's just what happens.
Okay, so what's yours? You said you had a John Cena story.
Yeah, it was just so cute. So my friend, my coworker, she worked VBS, Vacation Bible School, this summer, And she was so excited. She came back the following week and she goes, I have the best story for you. And she goes, and only because of you did I know what he said. And then I got even more excited because, oh my gosh, I could relate to you. Like, she was so excited on so many levels. So my friend Emily worked vacation Bible school, and each day with the kids, and she worked in like a lower economic area, not her typical where she's at. So she kind of branched out. It was cool. So these kids, they don't have a lot. But anyway, every day they had a new memory verse. And so they would all say the memory verse like 3 times and really try and memorize it. And then they do that in the beginning assembly and then again at the end assembly. And she said she was sitting or standing with this boy. She called him a nugget because he was super tiny, and he's just a sweet boy. He's about 7 years old, tiny, short little kid, and just bursts with energy. And so they start reciting. They're learning John 3:16. And so they all repeat the verse, and then collectively they all say John. And this little boy goes, Cena, with his arms up. My friend lost it. She's standing right next to him, totally heard it, had no idea who John Cena was until I was talking to her about it. So she just busted up laughing, and it was just the coolest thing ever. And I just love that story because I'm like, for all we know, John Cena could have written John 3:16. I'm just saying.
I want to give that kid like the biggest high five.
Right? Isn't that fantastic? He was so amped because she said it was on the 3rd time of repeating it, and each time they get louder and louder. Mm-hmm. So his energy just burst out with John Cena, and his arms are up. So that was my John Cena story. I thought it was awesome.
I had a John Cena story that I actually wrote down somewhere for use on the show, and Janelle, Phil's wife, and my friend Janelle, she's a teacher, and one of her teacher friends was like, "Oh my God, I was at a birthday party for, I think it was like her nephew or something," and she's like, "You'll never believe this," and so she sent this video to Janelle, who promptly sent it to me, and I was like, "What do I care about a video of a birthday party?" And so. This was when it was in Arizona. Okay. So it's like her friend that lives in Arizona. And so it's a video of like a kid, they're singing happy birthday to this kid. And I'm like, okay, I don't get it. But then in the background at a table for 2, it's John and Nikki.
No!
And they are singing happy birthday for this kid that they don't know. Yes. And this is a total candid, no cameras, nothing. So I'm like, oh, they are good people. They're cool people.
Yeah.
Because, like I could see like, oh, John Cena looking annoyed at these kids interrupt. Because it's like a fancy, because it's like a family. I guess it was their family. It wasn't like a kid party. It was like their family for this kid. And it was like a fancy looking restaurant. Yeah. But John Cena and Nikki Bella are singing to this kid, the stranger kid. And then they clap at the end. And that's the video. And I was like, oh my God.
That's so cool.
Because it's a truly candid moment. Yeah. To know that they're cool in real life. I don't know. It made me feel good.
I'm not surprised though, because
I'm not surprised at all because they
feel like they really do embody what WWE is about. Yeah.
They're also probably aware that they're representing the brand at all times.
Yeah, and I don't think that bothers them. I think
I think that's why. I mean. Like, I think that's why they're in that position. I mean, that's why they're in that. Like, there's a reason
why they do so well.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's Paige.
And then there's Paige, who, holy shit,
doing so well.
Just on one thing after another. Today, it's come out that so now the next step in this whole thing is she's, how I said earlier, like she says she needs neck surgery. Well, now the WWE doctors are like, well, actually, but I'm a little suspicious on this one because these are I wonder because the WWE doctors don't have a really good track record of like detecting injuries. Like that's one of the reasons why CM Punk left the WWE and is currently in a lawsuit with them because they basically they kept telling him, oh, you're fine, and he was wrestling injured and it really messed him up, and that's his claim. So
are they not allowed to like seek a second opinion or go?
Well, they can, but if the WWE doctors don't approve it, they're not going to pay for it. And that's where
hell's no.
into a legal battle because Paige is going ahead with this surgery. So I don't know. I don't want to not believe Paige on this, but I also,
Right.
given the rest of her behavior, where the biggest thing that came out of all this was she got a second. So first of all, it doesn't look good when you get a 30-day like a 30-day wellness violation, and before your 30-day suspension is even up, you get another one. Especially
Yeah.
when you're claiming that this was all a misunderstanding because you didn't take the test in time. That all kind of goes out the window when you get a
Yeah.
second violation. And then it goes further out the window when you launch this massive campaign with you and your family saying that, oh, this was a prescription medication thing and this is bullshit. And then WWE's like, okay, normally we don't comment on these things, but this was for an illegal substance.
Oh, is that what they came out with today?
Yes. Well, this was like
Oh.
yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So WWE basically is
Wow.
like, back the fuck up. It was not for a prescription medication, actually.
Yeah.
So, and then,
But illegal is in like marijuana.
illegal? No, not marijuana. They don't suspend for marijuana. So
Oh,
okay. We're talking. It was an illegal drug, such as probably cocaine. Like it's always been on. I mean, like I'm gonna have to because Paige doesn't seem like the skin popping type.
No.
Doesn't seem like she's not white trash enough for it to be like meth or crack or
right.
something like that. And also just I'd heard this, the word on the street. And I mean, I dismissed, but I mean, like now that
I could see her doing like ecstasy or like a pill. Like
I mean,
that.
maybe Molly.
Yeah.
Isn't that ecstasy though? Like, is that what they're calling it now?
I'm too white for this whole conversation. Too white Orange County as it is. So.
But yeah. So Paige is Sean, our own group member and well-versed wrestling fan, Sean Hawkins, posited that it seems like she's acting out to try and get out of her contract, which
I thought that was an interesting theory.
That seems very plausible to me.
Yeah.
Because that way, if she gets fired, she's not going to be. She doesn't. If they terminate the contract, then there isn't going to be that giant no compete clause.
Right.
So she can start working somewhere else right away. She can go be with Albert and his new wrestling school or whatever the fuck he's talking about. And in his new life. I'm
just so bummed because I got to know her when I started watching Total Divas the first time.
Talented,
and I was like, okay, cool. And then I only got to see her wrestle, I think, maybe twice.
Yeah.
And I was like,
she has this whole future ahead of her that she seems to be throwing away.
Yeah.
Because she's so young and she has her whole giant career ahead of her. And I don't know what the fuck. Like, the fact you go from winning the women's championship on your first night in to like 2 years later, like this, like, I don't know, man. That's not, and I feel like they've given her every opportunity.
I agree. Oh, totally.
And it's not like one of these, so I don't know. I mean, like, it's rough. I feel, I hope maybe this can get worked out. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, speaking of rough, I mean, I was telling you before, I just saw that little video at WWE.com about Natty.
Oh, yeah.
And her two front teeth knocked
out.
This. Crazy.
I guess that happens more often than one would.
Oh, I'm sure. But now I want to go back and watch the match to see if I can tell, like, what happened. Because they said it happened during a live
event, probably a house show. So,
okay.
So because
they said it happened during a live event.
If they said live event, that means house show, because otherwise they would have said SmackDown.
Okay. And then it happened before No Mercy. It sounded like the week before No Mercy.
Yeah.
So last week, and
she had emergency dental surgery.
Yeah, she went.
That sounds so painful.
And she was back on the road.
Can you imagine how painful that must have been?
I knocked me out. All the drugs that Paige had, I go hit her up and take those and then go to the dentist.
Probably bleeding all over the place. And
probably.
That can't be fun.
But she seemed to be cool. Like, she was pretty chill.
She was trained in the dungeon, man.
Yeah, she was. So, interesting happenings with our people.
Well, we had a fun weekend. I crashed at your place.
Yep.
And I stayed in my old room.
It looks a little different, but
it's now the cat's room.
It is.
It's
Well,
okay.
our office.
It's like I went away to college, and you can't be expected to, you know.
That's so true because I totally work out in this room, so that's great.
Yeah.
Our exercise / cat
Guess.
den / office.
Yeah, and so I stayed in there, and as one of, because I was just trying to figure out, like, because I had to go to a conference the next day in Anaheim, and I didn't want to like drive out from Ukaipa on like, and I would have had to get up at like crack of dawn, sit in traffic, and I'm like, so I'll go over, and I can watch No Mercy on your guys' giant television, and so we watched No Mercy. We even had a third party, Herb, that seemed like he was kind of getting into it.
I know, wasn't that
Isn't
so
that
much fun? And
Isn't
my
it fun to
favorite
have,
was
like,
he
a
was
non-fan?
asking questions that I was asking in the beginning. I'm like, oh, I know the answer to that.
And you were totally like, yeah. So like, it's fun.
It's so great.
It's fun to like be able to, because like you expect most people to just be like, ugh, like I don't have it. But he was
embracing
it. He was at least a good sport about everything. And,
he was.
And you were yelling when you were yelling when Dean lost, and
so mad.
It was very entertaining, and but it was fun watching No Mercy. But then we stopped to watch Westworld, and then I watched the last two matches right before I went to bed. But you didn't miss very much, so
that's kind of what I picked up. I was reading, and
I would I would call this a bizarro pay-per-view where you could actually kind of do the card backwards, and it would have worked better.
Yeah, totally.
Because they started with the main event.
Well,
I guess because they didn't want to go head to head with the presidential debate. That's weird.
Which, how in the really? I mean, is that really a competition?
Or I think maybe more so football. Like, I guess Sunday Night Football. I don't know. It's just weird now that the WWE is worrying about competing things like against pay-per-views.
I know. Interesting.
I guess in today's day and age, in such a fragmented marketplace, they gotta really try and anything they can to get those ratings up. I mean,
yeah, clearly
get as many people get the eyeballs on it.
And the only problem was I didn't take any notes, but I remember we talked about costumes because we had some costume questions, and now we can't.
Oh yeah,
we like the Usos. The
Usos were good. There was like some weird thing that we were looking at. I forgot what it was.
Oh, didn't we see a mistake? See, this is what happens. We get so into it.
I told you to watch for John Cena talking, and sure enough,
and we saw that. That was cool.
There was a weird camera angle where John Cena did the double 5 knuckle shuffle, and he totally didn't touch either of them. Just because if they had used a different angle, you wouldn't even have noticed. No. But it was kind of like, all right,
it was right up in there.
It was right there, and you could like tell. Oh, he totally didn't touch him.
But I will say, it totally showed the artistry of it all, because right as he smacked down on the what's that called, the mat, I guess, I don't know, on the floor, they both like responded. It was great. Like, I don't know, it was fun. So even though, that was a cameraman mistake.
Well, I don't think it was a cameraman mistake, because it was whoever was directing the show,
the producer,
that like chose that. Which, I think it's Kevin Dunn, but I heard that he doesn't actually do that. So, because the internet loves to use him as a whipping boy whenever WWE looks bad, and like I don't think he does everything that they think he does. I think they just like to blame him for everything.
Sure,
so I don't know. But that
was cool.
Directing live television is, I just can imagine it's got to be the most nerve-wracking, crazy job ever, because again, it's live and you're gonna make mistakes, and you can't. You just kind of gotta keep going.
Things are gonna happen.
Yeah, and that's why it's so exciting. I mean, that's one of the reasons why live. I think. I mean, like, I didn't think I would notice a big of a difference now that SmackDown is live, but there's a huge difference.
There really is. I like it a lot. I mean, I'm watching on Hulu, so it's pseudo live,
but it's still like it's a
more live than what it was.
Yeah, because it used to be something they taped and pretended was airing live, and it was a different.
And you can tell when they edit.
And you can tell when on that one, you could always tell when they piped in crowd sounds, because as I pointed out, they use the crowd sounds that they use in the SmackDown I mean, in the WWE 2K video games, and
Yeah.
I've known those sounds so well. There's one chant where this guy goes. I always thought it almost sounded like he was saying, "Hey, Brendo man." I thought he was saying, "Hey, Brendo man." And I would hear that on a SmackDown,
So
like
funny.
suppose, and I'm like, "Holy shit! They just pumped that in there."
No, and little do you know that man is just traveling with them.
Yeah.
He's just right
Hey,
there.
Brendo man. Hey, Brendo man. I'm telling you, you can. I've heard it on WWE things. Hey, Brendo.
Well, I've already like tuned out. Anytime Sasha starts talking, all I hear is WWE.
Yeah, I wait for her to say it again, like so much, and I don't think. I think I think
think
Steve
it
might be
healed.
right about the tongue piercing.
I think so, because I think it healed. Because it's not. She still has that kind of like.
She does this
LA
weird
girl
thing. Yeah, I think she
accent.
does it on purpose, and it's weird. I think it's a
Yeah, I know.
choice. I think it's a dramatic choice that she's making.
I think so, and it doesn't work for me.
No, but
It's
she's
just
so great
because it
that
sounds a little bit lazy, like
Yeah.
too lazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not
But
that she needs to be like super
she's
smart.
so awesome that I kind of just overlook it. I just can't wait till like. I mean, I love Sasha. She's my second favorite, but Bailey's my first favorite, and I can't wait till the age of Bailey happens sometime next year, probably.
It'd be awesome.
It's got to happen. She's great. She's the best.
So Raw was exciting this week.
Well, before we talk about Raw, let's talk about No Mercy.
Oh yeah.
I was just gonna do a quick because I want to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, that
about
I was wrong on everything.
Well, you were right about a couple things. Well, so they ended up the card got fudged around a lot because Becky Lynch is suffering some unknown injury, some injury, we don't know what,
but nothing related to wrestling. So
well, I don't know. That's weird. I don't know what happened. But I think it's a concussion thing, but I don't know. But so they ended up scratching that match, and then Alexa Bliss ended up wrestling Naomi in one of the last matches on the show. But it was a 5-minute long match. It was only 5 minutes, and Naomi won. She surprised her for the win, and that's one
Naomi
of the things
is married to one of the Usos, right?
She's Jimmy. I think it's Jimmy.
I think it's Jimmy.
But so
it's all apart anyway. So
and then they were gonna have on the pre-show. The first announced pre-show match is gonna be Baron Corbin and Jack Swagger, and then that got moved to the main card. And then they announced that it was gonna be Kurt Hawkins' match, but then he came out and said, "I'm not gonna wrestle tonight. I'm gonna wrestle on Thursday." And which he ended up not doing either, so that's weird.
Yeah.
But then they ended up. I didn't watch this, but it was the Hype Bros, Mojo and Zack Ryder, teaming up with American Alpha, who are great, and they defeated the Ascension and the Vaudevillains. So I just feel bad that the Vaudevillains are like basically on jobber status.
Yeah, they really are like indefinite.
Yeah, I really like them.
I feel like they're what's that called in like football? And you have like the blue, the
red shirt.
Yeah, like the red, like
practice
that's all
squad.
That's all they are. They're like the practice squad. Like,
well, yeah, they're jobbers. I mean, that's the wrestling then, and that's unfortunate because I think they're capable of a lot of things. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that.
Incredible mustaches.
And and then like we already talked about, they started with the main event. Well, the advertisement event, which was AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, and John Cena, and AJ Styles came out the winner. They did a goofy. How did you feel about the goofy finish?
I wasn't a fan.
Where they had AJ tapping to both Dean Ambrose and John Cena, so they ended up restarting the match.
Yeah.
And then AJ kind of
that was a little bit exciting. That part.
Yeah. But then like AJ so Cena took out Ambrose, but then AJ came in and then took out Cena and then pinned Ambrose.
Yeah.
So I guess this is leading. It seems like now we're going to get more AJ and Dean feuding because I think John Cena is going back away for a while from what I've been reading.
Really?
He's back doing John Cena stuff.
Touring the country.
Yeah.
All right.
Because so on SmackDown, Dean Ambrose came out with freaking James Ellsworth, who's my MVP of 2016, Mr. James Ellsworth.
Yeah. So
Hit,
what's the story of that guy?
okay, so he was the jobber against Braun Strowman, the no
Okay.
neck jobber, and
Yeah.
then he was supposed to team with AJ Styles, but then The Miz came out and destroyed him, and he's just everybody's favorite jobber, and he's a cool,
Jobber.
fun guy, and he's really funny, and his whole motto is if you have two hands, you have a chance, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
any man with two hands has a fighting chance, something. But it's awesome.
Yeah.
And he there was a match with him against AJ Styles, and
Yep.
Dean Ambrose was the guest referee, and Dean Ambrose
Awesome.
made sure that James Ellsworth won, and then Ellsworth was on talking smack after that, and Daniel Bryan informed him that he will be facing AJ Styles for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown this week.
Yes.
I cannot wait.
Yes.
Oh, the other thing that happened is AJ Styles saved James Ellsworth's life. I don't know if you caught this, but so when he did the Styles Clash, did you see how he kind of adjusted Ellsworth a little bit before he did it? I don't know if
Wait,
you caught that.
Styles Clash.
That's like his move where he gets them and they're upside down and he like hooks his legs over their arms and then he falls face first and slams his finisher.
Yeah. And Dean stepped in?
Well,
I
no.
can see. I don't remember this.
No, what happened was AJ repositioned Ellsworth because basically so here's the thing with the Styles Clash. If you tuck your neck in like you're trained to do for like when you a bump where you land on your back,
right.
If you tuck your neck in when you do the Styles Clash because it's a face forward
yeah
bump, that will kill you.
Yeah, you'll break your.
And it has happened. It hasn't. Nobody's died, but AJ Styles has broken. It's not his fault because they. I mean, again, like they didn't.
Yeah.
I mean it. But there has been some neck breakages.
Wow.
That have happened.
I totally missed that. So how did he adjust it?
Well, he kind of like took him. Like he kind of used his feet. I couldn't tell. It was very seamless. But
good.
AJ basically saved James Ellsworth's life. Because
you're a good man, AJ.
And then and so that was great because I'm like, oh, that'd be horrible. It was it's one of those moments because I saw Ellsworth, I'm like, oh shit, he's gonna not take this. He's not taking the Styles Clash correctly, and then I saw that correction. It's one of those times where you see real danger because there was another time. I should show you this video if I can find it where on Monday Night Raw, we all almost watched Seth Rollins get impaled by the steel cage.
Oh my god! Okay.
They were lowering the cage, and it was like a new thing, and it had they switched the cage around. So then there was like these big, like they're almost like these spike things in the middle. So it would just like, so it would like go into like these posts. So it would like stay, so they're lowering it, and I think Seth either mistimed when he was going to slide in under the cage.
I'm looking at an image right now of it. Ooh, that's...
Or he just didn't realize that big spike was there now. Because he came within inches of getting impaled by that spike.
Oh my gosh.
Like I saw like on Twitter, there was like a collective gasp on Twitter, like, holy fuck.
And then he moved. I see it.
Got out of the way. Like,
oh my gosh! Yeah, there's like a.
There's like an Indiana Jones, like where he grabs his hat, kind of like sliding into the thing. Like it was like fuck. Like.
Can you imagine if that like went through him and blood is everywhere?
Oh my god! Well, like that would have been the most. That would be so fucked up. Like. Because like, but that's the thing with watching wrestling is sometimes there's some things like that fucking happen.
Well,
like I remember. The craziest, I mean, I told you about the Mick Foley Hell in a Cell where Undertaker threw him through the cell and he jumped off the cell onto a table. Both of those times, especially with Jim Ross commentating, saying, oh my God, I think he's dead. Like, you were like, fuck. Like, I think Mick Foley might be dead. Especially, they were smart and, like, Vince McMahon's a fucking genius. He had, like, Terry Funk run out, who, like, is Mick Foley's real life friend. And he's like checking on him like, wait, why is Terry Funk out there checking on him? I think he's really hurt. Like, fuck. And it just kind of, dude, look at that shit. Look at that shit. That's like inches. Like, because again, I don't think he thought he knew that spike was there because that was new.
That's just nuts.
God,
We're gonna
just
post this
watching
in
it
our
now is
Facebook
like
group. I'll do it now.
fucked up. Just watching it right now, I'm just like, oh God.
Your hands, like my hands get sweaty.
So that Hell in a Cell match, but then WrestleMania 19. People who in the know already know where I'm going with this, but there was what could have been a 5-star match between Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle for the title, and instead ended up being like a 4-star, 4.5 maybe, if you're being generous, because the like Brock Lesnar. I don't know if you can even fathom this, but I don't know if he could do it now. But back in his younger days, Brock Lesnar, when he was training, there's video of him doing this and landing it. He was capable of doing a shooting star press, which is a backflip splash off the top rope. Like you do a full flip, like a backflip.
Yeah.
And so nobody had seen him do it like in WWE. He'd done it in Ohio Valley in the training. There were some videos on the internet, so it was known that he could do it among the hardcore wrestling fans.
Okay.
But him and Angle are having this amazing match. It's amazing. And then Brock Lesnar goes up to the top rope, and I'm like, holy fuck, he's going to do it. And goes for a shooting star press, doesn't get the full rotation, and lands on his head.
Oh.
Lands on his head. And I was watching with a full house of people. I was at my friend's house in Phoenix, and we were all just like, holy fuck. And I'm like, we just watched a man die. Like, he's dead. He's fucking dead. And somehow you see him, his eyes open, and I'm like, oh, he's paralyzed. He's fucking paralyzed.
Yeah.
But you see him slowly collect himself, and somehow, like, Kurt Angle stalls for a bit, and somehow Brock Lesnar hits an F5 on Kurt Angle to win the match and covers him. But in interviews later, Brock Lesnar says he doesn't remember doing any of that. And he was like severely concussed.
Wow.
And again, lucky that I think any normal man without those crazy Brock Lesnar neck muscles, it would have been dead.
Yeah, that's probably what saved him.
Like, I gotta find this.
That's crazy. See, you say muscles. I'm really sore because I've been working out and my shoulder's killing me. So I hear that and I'm like, oh, I can feel the pain. Oh, no, that's just my soreness. But
yeah, dude.
Well, even in the AJ, and what's his name? James Ellsworth, whatever. That fight, he tossed him out. AJ tossed the guy out. He had like a questionable hit where I thought he might have like sprained his ankle or something. Because he was supposed to grab his knee, like his knee had been acting up or whatever, and he grabbed his ankle and he was like moving it to like see. I don't know. It looked interesting and questionable.
Well, that could also be awesome selling on.
You could. Well, then he grabbed his knee again, like.
Yeah.
So I think he was like checking it. I don't know. Because I saw it when I saw him land, I was like, oh, I think you just rolled your ankle like that. Oh.
But she probably might very well.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us.
So but AJ Styles still your WWE champion.
Yep.
And
but you know who isn't our Intercontinental champion?
Oh yeah.
Because that's all that really matters. We're happy to report that Dolph is still a wrestler.
I just posted the link to I found a GIF of the shooting star. But yeah, so I'm shocked to me. Neither of us got this right.
Yeah, we were, but to be fair, we were both kind of on the fence. Like,
yeah. So Dolph defeated The Miz. And he's the Intercontinental Champion.
Yep. I'm stoked.
Crazy. So that's awesome. I mean, we'll see. And also, I was stoked that he didn't immediately lose it. Like, right. So yeah, that was crazy. What else happened? Oh, Baron Corbin beat Jack Swagger in a nothing match.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was when we were eating more pumpkin bars that you made that were delicious.
Thank you.
And That was like a pee break time. We got Heath Slater and Rhino retained the tag titles.
Yeah, they did.
So there you go. We were right about that.
Yep.
You were right. I don't know. Did we both? I think. Oh no, you were right about Nikki Bella defeating Carmella. I called Carmella. So I mean,
no, I think I called Carmella too.
Okay. Well,
I thought they were
Nikki
gonna
Bella won.
Yeah,
I did too.
but
they are keeping it going by Carmella attacked Nikki Bella again.
Yep.
So
I think that's just happening. Her MO. She's always going to be that sneak attack because she sneaked attacked again this week, and so that's just her thing. Yeah. So I feel like anytime she's around, they should always just be looking around themselves.
And then so Naomi beat Alexa Bliss. So now Naomi's facing off against Alexa Bliss again for the #1 contender spot.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. Maybe I like that they're keeping all the women like as viable contenders for the belt, especially since there's only like 5 of them. They need to keep them all viable.
Yeah, they do.
But they definitely need more women, and I'm hoping that'll happen soon. Maybe we'll get some more NXT talent coming in. But they're still working on building. They just got a new. I don't know though, because the women that are in NXT now. They're still like in developmental stage. They still got some time. They need to get some matches. They need to work. They did have one of them. Billie Kay, I think, was on SmackDown a while back, but she was just like in a jobber status.
Okay.
So there's these 2 Australian girls, Billie Kay and some other one.
Billie J.
Billie Kay and Billie J. Peyton Royce, that's the other Australian girl. But they still got some. Yeah, so they need some time in NXT.
I'm like rather stoked about this call out from SmackDown.
Oh yeah, for Survivor Series.
Wow. Wow, it's gonna be
that's gonna be fun. I think that's gonna be awesome. I'm excited for Team SmackDown versus Team Raw. I'm excited for an AJ Styles team versus a Kevin Owens team, like champions team versus the other. I want to see AJ Styles and Kevin Owens like champion going at it. Yeah,
totally.
I want to see. I'm excited just to see all those guys. Like together, like working together. I think it'll be fun. And that could also be where we could see a possible Shield reunion.
Oh yeah.
Dean Ambrose, Rollins, Reigns, and Ambrose together could happen.
I am so excited to see
Ambrose win the title back.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Like in Survivor Series. Like what if there's a title match? Now that I'm thinking about it, what if there's like what if it's Dean Ambrose against AJ Styles, and since they're there, Rollins and Reigns help him win the title?
I'm totally game for that. I love that.
I don't know. We'll see what's going on. I'm also excited that I think they did propose a women's Survivor Series match.
And I think it's 5 and 5.
It's 5-on-5 elimination style. I mean, when I was a kid, Survivor Series was a really big fucking deal because that's all it was these 5-on-5 elimination matches. Okay. And it would be like Team Hogan versus Team Andre the Giant, and they'd be all the bad guys against all the good guys, and then it was like awesome, and you get these cool team ups. But now they don't really do that as much. It's kind of become just another pay-per-view. They sort of brought back the 5-on-5 matches, but they usually only do like 1. So this year, I'm glad that there's probably going to be more. And I also, because the last time there was a women's Survivor Series elimination match, it was like one of the worst matches of all time.
Oh no!
Because there was just like, that was still in the Divas. That was in like the clunky Divas era, and there was a lot of.
They're still trying to figure it out.
And now, like, I can't wait. Like, I mean, that's going to be the SmackDown ladies. You got Becky, you got Alexa, you got SmackDown ladies against Raw ladies. Yeah. Sasha and Charlotte and Bayley are going to have to team up and oh my God, like, I don't know.
Oh, I would love to watch Sasha kick Carmella's ass. Like, that would just make my day. That'd be great.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Survivor Series. That's exciting. But before Survivor Series, oh wait, we got one more match on No Mercies that you missed. Bray Wyatt beat Randy Orton I was correct on that part, but I thought that like we get something cool like Sister Abigail like or something, but I should have seen this coming because even like during the match I was like, "Oh, wait, Luke Harper's cleared. He's cleared to wrestle. He's been cleared to wrestle. He's going to show up." And sure enough he did. He's the fourth. He's actually, well, now they're down to 3. He's the third Wyatt family member that you've never seen before, but he's actually my favorite Wyatt family member.
Okay.
He's definitely the best wrestler out of the Wyatt family people, and he's got a lot of charisma. I mean, like on SmackDown, you heard him on the mic a little bit. His promos actually make a little bit more sense than Bray Wyatt. And he's a big, scary looking dude. So he appeared in the ring, and then like Randy Orton got distracted, and then Bray Wyatt won. And they did a really cool thing on SmackDown. Did you see that SmackDown tag match?
Yeah.
And where Kane disappeared.
Yes.
And Luke Harper showed up in the corner. I'm like, yes, I love that we're doing this cool, weird shit. I love it. And the fact that they actually acknowledge, because sometimes they'll be like, they don't acknowledge that somebody disappeared. And whereas Morrow was like, where's Kane? And I'm like, oh, I hope we get some video of like Kane in some demon dimension or some weird thing. I hope that they don't just like, I hope that
dismiss it.
I want to find out what happened to Kane.
Yes.
Because the Wyatts used to do these things where they would like kidnap wrestlers and then you never know what happened to them and they just show up later. The only time they did something remotely cool was they actually like converted Daniel Bryan into a Wyatt family member, but it only lasted a couple weeks because they realized that Daniel Bryan was so super over that they would have, if they had kept him in the Wyatts, they kind of would have blown an opportunity. And so he turned his back on the Wyatts, but
that's so
thought that was cool. Like, so I want to see that more shit. Maybe they finally will brainwash Kane. I would love that.
That'd be trippy.
I just want to see something cool happen with all this, and it seems like we're.
Well, I gave you my idea. What I think they should do with Sister Abigail is have Bray
like
in there and like have like some 7-year-old girl just put her hand on. But she's all dark, so you can't really see. You can't see her face or anything. You just see the hand of a child.
Yeah, and then scary kids are like always.
They're
great.
creepy, and like that would be the best Sister Abigail. Plus, because of like how long he's talked about her. Like you always imagine that it's someone older. So to have like a like child who has lived like 100 years or whatever is super creepy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that would be awesome.
Kids are creepy.
Kids are creepy as hell. All right. So that was No Mercy. I would say on the whole, pretty good show. There was quite a few down points, but overall
it was decent.
People on the internet are really shitting all over it. But
yeah, I mean, it wasn't all that great. I think
the main event was good, and Dolph and the Miz was really good.
That was really good. Yeah,
I feel like you kind of could skip everything. I mean, I liked Heath Slater and Rhino against the Usos, and it was okay, but there wasn't. I mean, like I feel like pay-per-views are nowhere near as special anymore, and it kind of just feels like another episode of SmackDown.
Yeah, that's
with some title matches.
Yeah, I think they kind of need to rein back on the pay-per-view.
That's not. I don't think that's going to happen though.
I don't think so either.
But I think it is. It's kind of making them less special and just feels like another show, you know.
Yeah, and see, but if I had the choice between Total Bellas and pay-per-view, I'd go Total Bellas.
Well, so let's get on with that. Total Bellas.
Okay, if I have to hear about Brie and Daniel's sex life anymore, like I'm so grossed out by it.
It's way too much information.
Stop, please.
Like when Brie was showing off her like sex candle in that weird sex
rock, like her salt rock,
and I'm like. And then they basically implied that they had like a quickie and they're both like, we didn't like that. And I'm like, good for you.
I know. How about you don't share that with anyone. Like,
but I don't know. I also am like, really? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, good for you guys, but like, I don't know. They kind of like,
it just seems so awkward.
Very strange.
And I'm an open person. Like, it's not like I'm shying away from sex, but I'm just going, okay, gross. Like, just, it's like mom and dad, like thinking about your parents having sex. And I'm like, oh,
and
can you please
feel
stop?
I feel bad for Daniel Bryan because he just seems so uncomfortable
Oh, he is.
about
He's
the
like,
whole. He's like, this is really personal. Like, I don't know.
yeah,
Like,
and I
and
get
he's like,
that.
plus, like, we're not like. I think his whole point was like, we're not all the same. We like different things, and I'm not going to apologize for my,
Yeah.
like what I think is romantic and all this stuff, and like
And what he
everybody.
needs versus anyone else. I'm just like, oh my goodness. Like,
Yeah.
but
And
apparently Bree or Nikki and John just do it anyway,
all the time.
all the way, and every other night it's on a schedule, and then they have to make the bed again, and
they're like, yeah, well, that was the funny part. They didn't want to.
that was the
They're
best.
like, I don't have to deal with the making the bed again and like all this other stuff. And then it was gross. Like, I love that they made a like they really pointed out like Daniel Bryan and Brie had sex and then they didn't shower. So I'm like, oh gosh, this is really like too much. I can't deal with this.
I know.
Speaking of
Well, then
can't
he was
deal,
doing like those workouts, and he's like
Yeah.
lunging, and his package is right there, and all I could think
It's
of
like-
is, okay, so Bree's vagina is like right there.
Yeah.
Like, okay, great. Thanks. Thank you, world.
Yeah, I don't need that. But you know what else I don't need is JJ was being a real
Piece of
freaking
work.
pain, but he did. But I guess so. Like what I put, like JJ was really driving me crazy, and like if I were Mama Bella, I would have slapped his ass.
Yeah, but
The way he was talking to her, I was like, "Holy shit, dude!" Like obviously, there's some like because they kind of talked about it though that like I guess he got really close to which I'm guessing she was probably married to what would have been his stepdad for a while.
Right.
And JJ's younger, so I'm guessing like he probably saw this person as like a father figure.
Right.
And then he burned them. And so he's probably super weary. So towards the end of the episode, I'm trying to put myself in JJ's shoes, and I kind of was feeling for him, but just the way he was going about things sometimes. And I don't know, like
yeah, but at the same time, and again, I'm the youngest in the family, so maybe that's my approach. But I'm like, it's your it's your mom. Like he's talked to her that way, and to be fair, she doesn't hold back. Like after you saw her and how she approached Johnny, I'm going, oh, so that's where they learned it. So
she both.
And so
well,
it wasn't
and
like,
I love that Johnny like kind of was like, listen, like he kind of was like, whoa, like slow your roll. Like,
I was so pissed though. I'm like, you manipulative bastard. Like he totally twisted that to be like, no, I was gonna get all the facts and then talk to you about a prenup.
I don't know.
I'm like, bullshit. This is between you and your fiance.
But I could also see like what they said where that is his family and he's trying to get advice
after you talk to your fiance. It's between them. Like, yes, it eventually.
I think he was trying to decide if he should even investigate at all or even breach.
I know, but again, talk about that with your fiance.
I don't know. Like, it's like it's hard. I don't know.
I call bullshit on that.
Well, I think
she like totally just gave up. I was like so disappointed.
I think I liked that he kind of brought it around and at least like diffused the situation.
Yeah. Well, he was super calm the whole time, and then he's just a calm dude, which is great.
And then, well, that's because he's used to being screamed at by large wrestling men that are threatening to beat the shit out of him. So I think he can handle the Bella family just fine. But I thought it was a really sweet moment when JJ like kind of came around at the end and all the kids, and it was like, oh, they're like they worked this out in their own weird way. Like
they totally.
It was kind of like it was hard to watch it. I was like, oh god, like these people just really like are letting everybody have it and they're going off on each other. But let me tell you about the holy shit moment of this episode. I don't know if you agree here, but Lana's real voice and personality,
right? Oh my gosh, it totally was that moment.
I was like, oh my god, Lana is magical. Like, why? Lana has a magical voice. She seems like a very, like, just seeing real Lana, I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's so down to earth. Like,
Oh, just seemed
I don't
like
know.
the
She was just
sweetest, nice,
yeah.
like, and also just hearing her real voice, I was like, whoa.
That was very,
Like,
very helpful. Yeah, I agree. I
oh
was
my
like, oh.
God. I was like, oh, you're a lovely person. You're lovely.
Can you
Because,
be like
like,
that?
I
But what
just,
a great actress. I mean,
oh,
seriously, the
yeah.
fact
Oh
that
my God. Yeah. I was
totally
like,
pulls it
holy
off.
fuck. And, like, yeah, like, that was great. Because
That was
she,
cool.
just seeing, like, you could tell that, like, her and, her and, she was with Bree, right? Yeah, she was with
Yeah.
Bree, and
Yeah.
like her and Bree are like friends, and she seems like a
Yeah.
very genuine person, and she was very, because like I've seen like in those situations, because obviously it seemed like Bree was like kind of
Oh no, I
working
think
with
it was
her,
Nick. Oh yeah, Brie. No, never mind.
because it
You're
was
good.
because
Yeah, it was
so it
Brie.
was because that was so Lana was
When
actually
her mom.
Lana was going to wrestle her first match, which was at WrestleMania during the pre-show. So I think Brie was like helping her train for that, and she just
Yeah.
seemed very like that's how you
Yeah.
like that's the attitude that all new wrestlers should have. Like she just seemed very grateful and willing to learn and respectful. And I know like she was. I know there's still cameras there, but it just seemed she was like, oh, she's a genuinely like I don't know. I got that
Pleasant
vibe.
person. Yeah.
And also just hearing her real voice was like a blew my brain.
Super, super helpful.
And it made me super excited for Total Divas because that's what we're gonna get
That's
on
cool.
Total
Yeah.
Divas. We're getting that Lana. And I think I
I
love that Lana. I think I do.
I was super surprised because I'm not kidding. My hands were sweating when Brie got in the car, the Jeep with John,
Oh
and he was
shit.
gonna teach her.
I thought he was gonna
I thought he was gonna rip her
I thought he
hands
was
off.
fully expecting to just go off but instead like, oh, John
He
Cena's
was
a really
so
wonderful, calm, nice person.
Like
So
it
we have
kind of
this
made me like, oh, I totally want to drive John Cena because I can drive stick, and I'm
I'll
like,
let John Cena teach me stick any day of the week. You could take that drop, do whatever you want with it.
Oh, you and John.
Like I'm back
stick.
on the John Cena train after last week's insanity.
Oh, that's what made me so anxious.
And then
I'm like, don't get in a car with him.
Oh, and then like Nikki's gearing up to get in a fight with him about the whole like him being gone, and he immediately was like, I know. And like I was like, oh, John, you're suave. So suave.
Yeah,
so
suave. Right. Yeah, but Nikki she is so, I call it baby bunny. She puts on this baby bunny act of, oh.
Yeah, but she did have I mean, he's gone all the time, and like,
well, it wasn't about that. It was about calories or whatever stupid thing. And she's like mousy, and I'm like, oh, grow a fucking pair and stop acting like this is what women do. Like, stop it. No, you can go up and say, hey, I'm sorry that I lied to you. I know that I hurt your feelings. Like, you can talk like a human being, but being like little mousy and I'm like, oh, shoot me.
But I did like that she stood up for herself to John. Like
she did. She brought it up.
Like it's not okay that you prioritize this above everything else now. You're in a relationship. And I'm glad that he immediately was like, you're absolutely right. And I'm gonna
and I was gonna say, like, she could have called him out because when they were outside and he got up saying, well, if we can't go eat, I'm gonna go do things that he said a certain word, like not invest or like something that, oh shoot, what was it? Like,
I don't know.
It's along the lines of invest in me, like, you know, whatever. There's like payout on it. And I was like, oh, bitch, please, you better stand up and be like, because a relationship is an investment. Like what?
Yeah.
Like, anyway, I'm very invested in that show. If you cannot tell,
I do think they both are like perfect for each other because I don't know if anybody else could deal with
either one. Like definitely, I can't. I'm not a Nikki. I love her in the ring. Love her in the ring. Could not be a friend to her. Like I'm just like, honey, you're vapid, and I don't think there's much going on upstairs. Like I think I relate more to Brie.
Shallow. Like very shallow. But but I mean I have.
But aren't we all?
Yeah, I guess. But Like, oh my god, it's still just crazy how giant that guest house, man. It still
Oh,
continues to
it's
blow
still,
my mind.
yeah, especially this week because they did like a
They showed the full aerial shot
full
of just
aerial
the
shot.
guest
Yeah.
house, and it like you couldn't even see the normal house. It
No.
took up the whole screen. I'm like, Jesus.
Nuts. Nuts.
But and I also the very artificial reality show thing that happened during this episode was them just was JJ's sister-in-law just randomly showing up
Yes. That was
and getting
so
in her skimpy bathing
weird.
suit. That just seemed like a very artificial situation, and you
Right.
could tell that both Daniel Bryan and Brie were just very like, all right, I guess we have to do this. It seemed like
Yeah.
they were both acting
Well,
like,
even JJ's like, here's my sister-in-law who I never see.
yeah, who's just randomly
Ta-da!
here. And like, okay. And then you never see her again afterwards.
Yeah,
I was
like I can't even imagine showing up to like I know my brother-in-law is doing a show and I just show up. Like,
I don't know. That was
granted,
weird.
I'm good friends with my brother-in-law, but still.
I wonder when I guess because I'm like, what's going is JJ's because JJ has like a wife and kids, and I'm like, did he just leave his family back in Arizona?
Apparently.
And like they're just like his poor wife. Like I don't know.
Figure it out. You're on your
But I
own.
don't know if I'm JJ. I'm like, yeah, I'll go live at basically my brother-in-law's giant mansion for 3 months.
Right?
Vacation, and all I have to do is live with my mom and my sisters and my future stepdad.
Oh, love it.
Okay, one last thing on they showed like the preview for next week or to come, like, so I guess throughout the whole season. Oh my god, depressed Daniel Bryan in the trailer made me so sad.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Oh, because he's like, I have nothing in my, I forgot what it was, but it was just like, oh god, Daniel. Oh,
You're
so
killing
sad.
us, Smalls.
But I mean, I can't imagine what he was going through, especially again, like I said, not only is he dealing with that, but then he has to deal with all this bullshit.
Yeah, totally.
Also, it appears like the dog drama is just over.
I guess, and there it was.
I mean, the Winston and Josie seem to be running around having a grand old time.
Yeah.
I want a pug.
Short-lived.
I kind of want a pug. Pugs are adorable.
Oh, they're so cute.
Like Josie, I don't know which one I like better because Winston seems to have more of a personality. Josie seems a little bit high strung.
Well,
whereas Winston seems to be, I think, because he he has the John Cena discipline. I don't know.
Dad's gonna kill me if I do that. I don't know because they said that Josie is really empathetic and can sense when people are stressed or whatever. So
I like that. I don't know. They both seem pretty darn adorable.
Yeah, they really do.
And I mean, now Renee Young has a pug, and they're all getting pugs.
Everyone get a pug.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's easy to travel with. So there's that. They're small.
Let's see. I got a couple other things as we're wrapping up here. The TNA situation is getting out of control now. Billy Corgan has filed an injunction against the other owners of TNA. And the court documents are sealed. But again, Sean Hawkins, we've been speculating in the MBWS Facebook group, which you can join by going to mbwspod.com and click the link through there. But it seems like what's happening is Dixie Carter wants to sell the company to one company, and Billy Corgan wants to buy it himself, and so I think he's trying to block the sale. And they also owe him a bunch of money, and apparently they owe money to all. So basically the company is in a lot of trouble because Dixie Carter made all these weird deals where she gave different entities stakes in the company, except the company is worthless. So these other people are trying. So that kind of creates a situation where I think the company's going to end up, I don't know, because it's like they have crazy amounts of debt. It's not solvent. I don't know. I think that Vince McMahon is still swooping. I think he's got to be circling, at least to get that tape library.
Yeah.
But the whole situation's getting pretty nutsos. And it's definitely not as cut and dry as everybody's like, oh, they're going to sell. Billy Corgan's going to buy it, and then he's going to do this. And so that seems to be off the table at this point. So who knows what's going to happen there.
All
I
right.
just feel bad for all the hardworking wrestlers that may or may not be out of a job in the next coming months. But
Yeah.
I also wanted to give a heads up to all you wrestling fans out there that the 2016 PWG Battle of Los Angeles that I attended and talked about on previous episodes, those DVDs are now available at ProWrestlingGorilla.com, and you should buy them because that's how PWG makes their money, and that's how they get to put on more awesome shows. And those are 3 of the best wrestling shows you watch all year. So
That's
people
awesome.
should buy those. And I don't get any money from that, but I just wanted to give a little plug.
Little plug. There's
Bola
nothing wrong with
DVDs.
little plugs.
Get those Bola DVDs because I don't think you will regret it.
Do you know how much they are?
I think it's like $25 for the whole set, maybe.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know. Maybe they're $20 each, so it's like $60. But I don't know.
Yeah.
But they also have them on Blu-ray now, so that's cool if you're into that high definition. I also have an Instagram this week, or I don't know. Do you have one? Or,
I don't. I was just looking for JJ next week.
I'm sure JJ has one.
He's on Twitter.
There's no way he doesn't. Well, I don't know what his Instagram. Oh, Janelle posted a really cute picture of the kids. All right, I have one.
Okay.
It is your favorite. Well, I was gonna do Carmella, but I thought that would be too mean. Although her Instagram is great, but sure. I compromised, and the Instagram detective for this week is Alexa Bliss, which is Alexa_Bliss_WWE_. It's Alexa_Bliss_
WWE. Yeah, it's a lot of underscores.
I'll put the link in but I thought you might like it because we talked about her new look and her pigtails.
Yeah, her little anime look.
And then also she has a very cute little dog. I think that's a terrier.
Oh yeah, or a Yorkie. Yeah, it looks like a Yorkie.
One of those little dogs, but he looks very cute. He's very small.
She's a minion.
There's a picture of him in the sink. There's a picture of him as a minion. She also posts some of her it looks like one of her old cheerleading pictures.
She's just a short little gal.
By doing some Instagram detective work, because I had heard earlier that before when she was in NXT, she was managing a tag team of Blake and Murphy, Buddy Murphy and Wesley Blake, and I had seen something where it seemed like she was dating Wesley Blake, and I'm like, why would she date Blake? Clearly Murphy's the one to date. He's got this hot Australian accent, and he's ginger, ravishing, and it turns out she's dating Blake because he's the one in all her pictures.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they're dating. Either that or they're really good friends. But I think they're dating.
Well, one of the comments here says beautiful couple. So.
Oh, there you go. Also, there's a picture of her playing Sega Genesis, and I highly approve of that.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, they all play. I'm glad that video games have replaced cocaine and steroids.
Right.
In the locker room, I completely approve of that. She got a new iPhone. I mean, these are great pictures. That dog is adorable.
She's fun. Okay, I'm gonna follow her. Done.
She's pretty cool. She plays Jenga with Blake. That's cool. It's a good couples activity. They love showing off their weird fitness food.
I know.
They all do that, and I'm like, I don't know if I could handle nothing.
I know, but is this like Kardashian where they get paid to do?
Well, I'm sure they do, but they also all just eat this weird fitness food. I
know. It sounds gross.
Chicken stir fry, but it's 4 ounces. It's tiny.
Yeah.
332 lean meals. But that's I would eat 10 of those because there's not enough food. Oh my gosh, this dog is adorable.
I know. It really is.
And then she's on the cover of Muscle and Fitness.
Yeah. She's all over the place. She's cute. Yeah, this is a good one. Good call.
Yeah. I liked it.
You're good at this. I think next week we gotta go on the hunt for JJ.
Next week we will find JJ. Because I'm sure then you can see.
JJ.
Then maybe we'll find out what happened to his wife and kids.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. We gotta do some investigative work on him. We're after you, JJ.
Man, okay, the picture of her with Triple H, like I know Triple H is not a tall guy, and she makes Triple H.
I know, look huge. You know, she is
She's
tiny.
so little. Hey, she's 5 feet of pure power.
Yeah. Beautiful body. Like just gorgeous.
Yes,
She's probably like my favorite of all the look of the women because she's not super bulky. I don't know. I really like how toned she is. It's great.
well, she has what Marty DeRosa has termed a muscle butt.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can
but
see that.
that's not my term. That's a Marty term. But
Sure.
but yeah. So
Got it.
that's my Instagram for this week. Any other things you wanted to touch on?
Well, I think we're good.
Can't wait for more Total Bellas, and then a month from now, it's Total Divas time.
Yay!
Like we can just go right into that. I think that's what's gonna. I think I'm so like
gonna be
we're not
great.
gonna have any. Oh, gonna have so much to talk about.
I know, right?
Like I can't imagine what Total Divas is gonna be like this year. You
It's
got
gonna
the
be
Miz,
awesome.
you got Maurice, you got Rusev, you got Renee Young and Dean Ambrose. You got and Lana. I'm all about Lana now.
I know. I'm so excited.
Holy shit! And
Real
you get to see
voice
their
Lana.
wedding. Real Voice Lana and James Ellsworth are my MVPs of the week.
All right.
And AJ for not killing James Ellsworth.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
For being a team player.
Also one last hat tip. I like the little build up between TJ Perkins and Kendrick. That the way they're building up. They had another great altercation, and that entrance is such hot fire.
So cool.
Love it. And I love the wrestling, and I love this show. And Veronica, I'm so glad I get to do this.
It's so fun.
It's fun. And I hope everybody listening has fun. And you can let us know. Go to radiobrendo.com. Not Radio Brendo. Well, you can go there. Listen to the latest episode of Radio Brendo Man, where I talk to comedians Todd Glass and Dave Anthony and some other cool people. But go to MBWS Pod if you want to contact us. That is Veronica and myself. And you got to go to your webinar. So we'll catch you guys next time. So for MBWS, I'm Brendan Creecy.
I'm Veronica Steele.
And we'll see you next time in the ring. Yay.
Yay. All right. Let me save this. See. Project.
Number 31.
Woohoo.
I mean, 19 more to go to 50. Yeah.
And that'll be so fast.
And then we get our archive.org category.
I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, I am too.
It's going to be great. All right, saving the file, and then I'll send it to you tomorrow because I have a reminder on my phone. So
cool.
That's what I was
I'm going to play.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to show you. That's also what I was going to do. I got my WWE 2K17, like the new special edition, and it came with this Finn Balor guy. Look at that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's awesome. I'm Demon Finn Balor.
I still think he needs to put on pants.
Somebody else said that today.
He just looks like a little kid.
He's just a boy.
It looks like a little kid, like wearing a cape around the house, but he needs pants on. He's so cute.
All right.
All right. Off to my webinar. So
Later.
Thank you. I'll talk to you later.